So I'd mentioned to you that we've had fire for a long time. And we've been cooking food for probably at least 200,000 years and maybe longer. But as you can guess, this kind of organic material doesn't last very long, right? So it's really difficult to, I mean, can you imagine that piece of wood like, oh yeah, there's a fireboard hanging out for 300,000 years somewhere? That doesn't happen very well. Although occasionally things like this are found in the backs of caves where the humidity and the temperature was kind of just right. But I'm going to show you a method that was used by the northern cultures, and that's the bow drill. And then if you're interested, I do have books for sale. They're $26 each, and it essentially contains a lot of the information I shared with you today. And this is the first in probably a volume of 4 that will be coming out. So it's always good, added value, right, to do it in a series. Where did my Are you stealing my leaves? Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, now you guys have to move back just a tiny bit, only because I don't want to whack you. Now, starting fires with primitive methods is really no different than starting fires with a match. Does it work every single time? No, but sometimes you got to strike another match, right? So that's kind of the same thing here. Sometimes we got to make some adjustments, maybe even carve a new notch, but after a while we generally get it. So what I've done is I've created this nice little tinder bundle here, and I'm going to try to create a little burning ember by pressing this wood against that and spinning it really quickly so it creates enough friction that that little pile of wood dust ignites. And it will smolder on its own, but it won't create a flame really. That's where I need this nice, light, dry, fluffy stuff. And if everything goes well, I will put the ember in there and blow that into flame. Yes?
So a number of folks came late. It would be helpful to the land trust if we had you sign up. If anybody didn't sign up.
Okay. I might get a little squeak at first. I'll burn through that. And like I said, we'll see what happens. So if you see there's smoke, but we're a long way from a fire, because I need to fill that notch up with that burning dust, the char. So if you look, the smoke is sort of still emanating, although that's not a very good ember. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, maybe it's going to go. So then I need to take this little smoldering pile of dust and put it very lightly right there. Oh, we want to make it look good though. There we go. That's a little better. And so that's our match. That's what we put under the fire to ignite the rest of our kindling. Now that didn't take too long, right? No. So, but that comes with practice. Lots and lots of practice. Ask Frank. He's here. He can tell you that you don't just sort of whip it out overnight. It takes a long while. But just the same, as funny as it may sound to you, every single fire that is started at my house, whether it's the outdoor grill, the wood stove, is started by methods like these. So one, it keeps me in shape for it because there is a little bit of physical exertion that comes with this. But more importantly, Well, it does that. When I'm done with this, what's toxic about it? Nothing. I can literally throw this right over there at the edge of the parking lot and I do no harm to anything except the poor microbe it lands on, right? What's toxic about the lighter? What isn't toxic about the lighter, right? So this isn't some esoteric thing. This is a real lifestyle activity that you can do that uses local materials without importing fossil fuels from around the world and making more plastic. What's that? This here is northern white cedar, which is a rare tree actually here in Massachusetts, although it's planted a lot. And this is the same. Sorry, it has a distinctive smell. But in this part of the world, there's a bunch of really good trees that you can use as well, like willows.
Oh, really?
For one. Linden trees, or basswood they're sometimes called, is another great tree. So everywhere you go, oh, thank you. Everywhere you go, there's always a selection of species that we go for. And what we're looking for are woods that ignite at lower temperatures. Because all we have is our friction to create that ignition, right? So we don't want something that ignites at like 750 Celsius. We want something that's like 200 Celsius.
You don't want a hardwood.
That's right. Nothing too hard. Those tend to have much higher ignition points. So something that we can dent with our fingernail.